This is Black History on the Go, with your host, Sonia Yearwood.
In today's video, we're going to take a quick look at one of the great comedians of our time. I'm talking about Richard Pryor. Richard Franklin Lennox Thomas Pryor was born on December 1, 1940 in Peoria, Illinois. He was one of 4 children who were raised in a brothel. For those of you who don't know, a brothel is basically a house where prostitution takes place. Richard's mother, Gertrude, was a prostitute and a heavy drinker. She abandoned him when he was just 10 years old. She died in 1967. His father, Leroy, was a former boxer. He died in 1968. From 1958 to 1960, Richard served in the United States Army, but a lot of that time was spent in an army prison, due to a racially charged incident that left a white soldier injured. Pryor's career began to take off in 1963 when he moved to New York City, where he performed with other big names, like Woody Allen and Bob Dylan. As a comedian, his first inspiration was Bill Cosby, and he modeled his early routines after Cosby. He soon appeared on Ed Sullivan, Merv Griffin, and Johnny Carson. Near the end of the 1960s, Richard moved to California. During the 1970s, he was involved in writing material for many popular TV shows, including Sanford and Son starring Red Fox, and The Flip Wilson Show. In that same decade, he appeared in a number of films, including Car Wash, Silver Streak, and Lady Sings the Blues. In addition, Richard released a string of successful comedy albums, and he earned several awards, including 3 Grammy Awards in 3 consecutive years for Best Comedy Album. In the world of television, Pryor appeared as a guest host on the first season of the long-running show, Saturday Night Live, in 1975. He also hosted his own variety show called The Richard Pryor Show on NBC in 1977. In 1980, he was the first African-American actor to earn $1 million for a single film. That film was called Stir Crazy, in which he co-starred with the late Gene Wilder. In that same year, while he was freebasing during the film's production, he suffered severe burns on over 50% of his body after setting himself on fire. In 1982, Pryor joked about the incident in a concert called Live on the Sunset Strip. In 1983, Pryor signed a 5-year contract with Columbia Pictures for $40 million. He appeared in moderately successful films, including Superman 3, Brewster's Millions, and See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Later, he wrote and directed a semi-autobiographic film, called JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling. In the film, it explores his childhood, his marriages, and his experience as a burn victim. In 1989, he co-starred with Eddie Murphy and Red Fox in a comedy drama called Harlem Nights. In his final years, Pryor would develop multiple sclerosis, and he used a mobility scooter to get around. His final film appearance was in a 1997 film called Lost Highway, directed by the legendary David Lynch. On the morning of December 10, 2005, Richard Pryor, a man who helped to change the comedy landscape, passed away after suffering a heart attack in Los Angeles. He was 65 years old. So what is Richard Pryor's legacy? Jerry Seinfeld called him the Picasso of our profession. Dave Chappelle referred to Pryor as the highest evolution of comedy. And Bill Cosby reportedly said, he drew the line between comedy and tragedy, as thin as one could possibly paint it. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel for future notifications. Have a great day.